Okay, so basic transition tone. Basic transition tone is you're going to have almost no dry signal whatsoever. I'm using my Big Sky with the cloud reverb with about 9 seconds of feedback and delay. A little bit of dotted eighth in there as well with almost no drive at all. That's going to sound like this. So you can't hear any of the strings back and forth. All the notes sort of blend together. If you're using it for a pad purpose, back and forth like this, you can hear those notes are not being heard individually, but yet they're just blending out, similar to how a keys player would do it. Okay, so working through a few examples. If we're going to be going a whole step down, so let's use the example. The song ends in D, and the next song is going to be in the key of C. So as that song begins to trash can, or the trash can begins to die down, I will bring in this high D pad, which is just the 14th fret of the G string and the 15th fret of the B string, which is a 1 and a 5 as part of an inversion. And I just bring that back and forth. It's great if you can have a keys player support you with this. And then as the song is starting to die off, you have this D pad that's carrying. And if we're going to the key of C, the way I do that is I'll bring in or start to do this 5 shape by bringing in the high E on the 12th fret, which is E. So bring in all 3 of those notes together. So again, starting with that D shape, that D inversion. Okay? And then what I'm going to do is that starts to carry, I'm going to bring in a 5 of the new key, which a 5 of the new key is G, which is this 15th fret on the high E. And then I've gone to the 1 and the 5 of C over here. So I'll do that again slowly. So we're in the key of D, that D inversion. We bring in this high E, which makes it a 5 shape. And then I'm trying to bring in the 5 of the new key. So we're in D, we're going to C. The new 5 is G. So I bring it in as almost a transitional note. And now we're in C. So these notes are the same as they are in the key of D. I've just now moved it a whole step down. So this is C, and this is G, and that's moving a whole step down. So the same can be done in moving this a whole step up. So to go a whole step up, same thing, I'm in C, I'm trying to move to D. Same idea, the exact same notes, you just use them in a different order to go the other direction. So we go C, bring in that high E, and here we are. So what generally you're doing is you're trying to find the new, whatever the next key you're moving to is, you're trying to find a way to use the new 5 of that new key as almost a leaping off point or a place to grab onto from the old key. Sometimes it works, sometimes you have to get a little bit more creative. This is an example of one that's a little bit more challenging. It's about as challenging as it gets. This is moving a half step up. So we're in the key of D, and we're going to be moving from D to D sharp. So we're in the key of D. So the way I do this, the same shape, the 1 and the 5, that 14th fret on G, 15th fret on the B string, and you're going to bring in a 4, which is a little different. So a 4 is bringing in the G down here, so using all 3 of those notes. And what I try to do is I try to slowly remove the G string and the B string. So you're only hearing that high note. Then I go to the new 5 of D sharp, which is A sharp, and we're in D sharp. Do it again. We're in D, okay, 1 and 5, back and forth there. Bring in that high E, 15th fret on the high E, the new 5, which is A sharp here, and there we go. That one you have to let a lot of time breathe. So again, I'll do it here. So if you force it, it's going to create a lot of dissonance. So you almost try to let people forget about that you were in D and you're just kind of hanging out on the single G note on the high E, new 5, D sharp. So make the example that we want to go from D sharp to D. Okay, so we're in D sharp, we're going down half a step. What I generally do is I will drop that down 1 fret, so going from the 16th fret to the 15th fret, let it breathe, and then go back to that original D inversion. There are different ways to do that one. I found that one's the easiest and creates the least dissonance if you take your time with it. Okay, we're D sharp, drop this down 1 fret, and that one works. That one's really helpful, as all of these are if you have a lot of support from your keys players or your other guitar players.